Hey everyone, it's been a while. I'm gonna play some Power Wash Simulator and I'm gonna talk about some stuff to de-stress right now. I need you to clean my sorry golf cart. You might have heard of my poor cat Ulysses gone missing. We're all frantic. We're worried with the ceremony just round the corner. I swear I saw him on the golf course, frolicking on the lily pads in the lake. What? Can a cat stand on lily pads? Is that possible? Part 3, but I always get a birdie. By the time I realized it was just a boisterous carp, it was too late. I slammed on the brakes. Okay. And when tumbling down into the slope, head over tail, don't worry, Docs have got me the all clear. Okay, so he drove his golf cart into the lake. We're going to clean it. Alright, so the reason I disappeared for a little bit is I recorded a not insignificant amount of this game with the I forget the buttons with the Final Fantasy DLC. Yeah, I did that. I cleaned up a bunch of stuff. I did like 4 levels. It took so long. I recorded it. I was talking about Final Fantasy VII. I had a great time doing it. It was fun. And how do I say? I just sunk a bunch of time into it, right? And I was happy with it, blah blah blah. And then I go back to listen to the recording, and just the microphone is just like way too low. I had some music playing from Final Fantasy VII in the background, and it was like super high. I just wanted it to be like very low background, like kind of noise, because this is just the sound of like the water spraying. And yeah, I didn't want to just listen to that during the Final Fantasy like 7 video that I was doing. So I was playing some music from the game, and the music was like so loud and my voice was so low, and I swear that I tested everything and everything was fine when I tested it, but then like when I actually went in to like record the videos, things were not fine, and it just like broke my spirit to like make YouTube content for a little while. Yeah, I don't know. I like doing this, but I constantly feel like I'm not doing well enough or not making stuff that I find interesting enough. You know, and I want to do better. Like, I want to make better stuff. Like, I don't want to be, like, a YouTuber or whatever. But I do want to, like, have a creative outlet. And I want the stuff that I'm creating to be of some quality, at least. And that was not of any quality. I posted, like, one of the videos just to have something. But I actually took it down because I was like, I'm not happy with how this is. So I wanted to like regroup and try again. I want to wait for a little while, and then I'll try those Final Fantasy VII levels again and talk about what I was talking about the first time. I'm just kind of giving it time to leave my head, because I don't want to say all the same stuff that I said the first time again. Now, is this the back bumper or the front bumper? Is the back of a car a bumper at all? Nope. Okay, that was easy. Escape. Yeah, this is me cleaning the car. That's cool. Yeah, it's good. Dirt finder, much obliged. Thank you. Clean the detached house. I sure will. Cards on the table. We live at the hold house of Esther Death. The eccentric actress who played the Wicked Witch in the classic movie and vanished mysteriously in the national park. We all know the river surrounding place, but we also know we've picked up an absolute bargain. We don't mind if the furniture moves around a little. That's just next level feng shui. But the grubby exterior is really getting to us. And all the other power washers in town are too scared to set foot in your yard. There's so many. How many power washers are there in this town? Okay. So yeah, so failing, or, quote unquote failing. I mean, it's not. I made stuff that wasn't quality, so I consider it failing. Um, Failing the Final Fantasy like power wash thing bummed me out. Also, I was busy with real life. Like my cat is still in need of dentist work. The vet that I normally use just seems to be like completely overrun, and every time I call them, like, you might notice the super odd, weird, creepy sign outside of the house. There's nothing to worry about. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. The house is haunted. I get it. My pet is in need of like some veterinary help, and I want to take her to the vet that I've been taking her to, but the guy seems talented, but he just seems overwhelmed, and I don't know. I don't know if it's safe for her to take her to an over like whelmed vet person. Like I want her to get, how do you say, the proper treatment. And I'm not sure if this vet can provide it. But I don't have a car. I don't. I could take her on the subway and stuff like that, but she gets like super like anxious. Like her hair falls out when she's scared and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with her. Like I want to get her teeth taken out ASAP so they don't get infected and cause her more problems. Not all of her teeth, just like 3 of them. But I can see that it's causing her pain when she eats at times. She can't eat hard food right now. So I want to fix that like ASAP, but I can't find a solution to doing that. So that's been keeping me busy. I met a nice girl. That's been keeping me busy. It's all these little like things have been keeping me away from doing my YouTube stuff. Which is kind of like just a creative release at this point. So yeah, so that's it was that, and the fact that I screwed something up that kind of kept me away. But here I am again, and I'm here to talk about some stuff that I did in the time that I was gone. Yeah, all right. Let's talk about what I did. So I saw Crazy Rich Asians. That's a movie I saw. It was popular, when it came out. Not really my kind of movie, but I watched it with a friend of mine, and it was fine. It was an entertaining movie. I'm not really into romantic comedies or whatever. But if they're done, if something's done well, like something is done well, and you can kind of deal with something that you're not going to have normally, not normally interact with. And Crazy Rich Asians was done well. It's like, it accomplished what it's trying to do. I find it very hard to, how do you say, empathize with rich people in media. Like if you're telling me a story about a rich person and they're having difficulties, I roll my eyes very hard, because it's like, yeah, you're not that they gave me a lot of leeway there, because it's like, yeah, the cat. I didn't notice cat paws here. Is the cat around here somewhere? Cat paws. Cat paws. Cat paws. Where is the cat? So there's this first scene where like the family is going to a hotel, and they're being like racially discriminated against, right? And I was with that. I'm like, yeah, they own the hotel. Fucking don't be a dick. But then the rest of the movie, they're like, I don't know. The mom is like unaccepting of like an unwealthy girl that her son is dating. And I'm just like, you lady, in the first scene, you like saw what it felt like to be looked down upon, and then you spent the rest of your life looking down at people. The fuck, like, you know. So I'm like, all right, I don't like any of these people now. Like, but you know, the story is kind of like that. It's about like being accepted by this family, or trying to be accepted by this family, who are all, you know, super wealthy, and you know, they're talking about the main character girl behind the main actress, whatever, main character girl behind her back, and all that stuff. And I don't know, it's fine, but like, there's one character who's supposed to be like the good-hearted one out of the rich family, and she's being cheated on, and she's shown, like, she talks to like a little girl at the beginning, blah blah blah, and you're supposed to empathize with her. You're supposed to be like, oh, she's actually very sweet and she cares about people and blah blah blah, right? But then she's like buying jewelry, and I couldn't help but think like, oh, these like the jewels like in these earrings were, you know, like the mine shaft collapsed on the worker, on the miners who bought these, like, who dug up these rubies, like, you know, like fucking, and they were working for $2 a day, like I couldn't help, like, I don't know, I just couldn't get it out of my head, like, how fucking shit works, and I couldn't empathize with any of the characters in the movie. I was just like, yeah, they all suck. I don't care. You know, I don't care if their relationship works out. Fuck everybody. Like, she's like, oh, you're not a man. Like, the guy who's cheating on her is like supposed to be insecure and can't accept that the woman is like got the money or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but she was like born into the money. Like, it's not like that she earned it. I think the idea is that it's just that's what her life is, and it's not like she can't do anything about it, kind of thing. But she's buying and hiding like all this like expensive nonsense. You know, like, it's not like, I'm not like, oh, she worked hard and she doesn't waste it. Like, no, she didn't work hard. She was born into the family, and she does waste. She buys crap. I don't know. It's not a bad movie. I just can't stand the 1%. Like, I just don't like them. Yeah. I mean, all the actors did a really good job. Like, as a film, like, it's a fine movie, but I just can't empathize, you know? Like, I can't empathize with my main characters. There's also a scene where, like, I'm going to spoil the ending of this movie, if anybody cares. I'm going to do it right now. I'm not going to say any of the characters' names or anything, because I don't know them. But, like, there's a scene at the end where the main girl, you know, the girl who's like in love with the dude, challenges his mother to a game of mahjong, and she's trying to show his mother that she has work, like, she's good at what she does do, and she's trying to show her that, like, she's gonna, like, let her control her son's life, or let her pick her son's, like, wife or whatever. But then she's like, oh, but, like, I just want you to know that, like, I let him go so that he can have the life that you want for him, and I want you to know that the reason that he has the life that you want for him is because of me, you know, this poor girl, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, the mom, for some reason, changes her mind and, like, I guess gives her permission for the son to, like, marry the girl. Because then the end scene is they're rich and they're happy and they're together, and he gets to keep, like, the relationship with his family, and also he gets to be rich forever and just, you know, live on in you know, crazy amounts of wealth. And I was like, that's such a Like, it sucked. The ending sucked. It wasn't romantic at all. It's like, oh, she got to have everything. Everybody in the movie got, or the two main characters got to have everything that they wanted. And it's like, it would have been better if, like, so she's going to leave and he shows up on the plane and he, proposes and all that nonsense. But to me, it would have been better if she left, and she went home. And then he went home with her. And he was like, you know what? I fucking gave it up. I gave up my family. I gave up all that shit. I got my own job. I don't need all this. Like, I can live comfortably and be happy with you. I don't need, my mom telling me what to do. Or my family's, like, fortune to define who I am or blah, blah, blah. Like, I am good with just you here in New York, I think they're in, or whatever. And we can just be together here, and it's just us, and blah, blah, blah. Like, that would have been a better ending than, like, oh yeah, my mom said yes, because you beat her at fucking shogi. Like, like, I don't know. I just felt like it was less romantic. I think I'm getting the feeling from, I'm back on Power Wash Simulator. I'm getting the feeling that this house actually isn't haunted. That it's just like little things possibly to do with the volcano. I think there's a volcano in this town. That's why everything's a mess. Ooh, excuse me. And yeah, it's not actually. Nothing haunted is going to happen here, I don't think. Unfortunately, because it's a video game, and I'd like my video games to be a little bit stupid sometimes, especially when I'm simulating power washing. I'm really not coming at this with a plan of attack. Maybe I should do the roof and work my way down. Go up. Yeah, there we go. Oh god. Okay. This is fuck. I forgot how long this game takes to do anything. So yeah, I didn't like the I'm trying to. What the hell was that loud noise? That was a loud noise. It was like scrape behind me. Why am I moving so slow? Did I push? Oh, okay, because I'm ducking. All right. So anyway, yeah, that's Crazy Rich Asians. The movie's fine. I'm sure if people are more into romantic comedies, they'll enjoy it more. I also get that the point of the movie is like to show, because in America, especially after the last few years, Asian people have been kind of discriminated against because of COVID and everything. Kind of, I say. They've been discriminated against and attacked and shit and treated shitty because of COVID and stuff like that. So I think the point of the movie was also to be like, or actually it came out before COVID, but the point of the movie is to address like some racism stuff and America kind of looking down at this group of people and to be like, yeah, hey, like we've also done pretty good for ourselves, blah blah blah. Which I get, but I just don't like. I don't measure the quality of people by the amount of wealth that they've amassed. I don't do that. So I like I've met very quality people of all different backgrounds that aren't crazy rich. This is some serious bird shit going on here, or whatever this is. Looks kind of bird shitty. I haven't seen any birds in this entire town. So anyway, that was that movie. It's fine. I don't like giving things number grades, but I would give it like a 7 out of 7, maybe 6 for me out of 10. It's a fine movie. Go watch it with your girlfriend. What the fuck is that noise? It sounds like my printer is chewing. Oh, unless it's in the game. Maybe that's in the game. I wonder if that's the game. Because I'm wearing headphones and maybe I seem like a crazy person. Oh, there's my cat jumping on my computer. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Career mode. This. Messages. Likes. No. I don't know. Sounds like something's crunching. I don't know what it is. Alright. Anyway. That was Crazy Rich Asians. What else have I seen? The Last of Us. I watched The Last of Us. I wanted to do a playthrough of The Last of Us, but I don't know. Just couldn't find the time. Like the game, I mean. To talk about like what was going on in the show. I don't know if I've talked about The Last of Us yet. The show was good. It's not perfect. But Pedro Pascal and what's the girl's name? The girl from Game of Thrones. I forgot her name. But she does a really good job. I'm so sorry, girl from Game of Thrones. Yeah, she does a great job. And what do you call it? The Last of Us was a good show. A lot of things in that show I swear to God, something's making noise behind me. A lot of things in that show, like, they're going for something completely different than what the game was going for. Which is fine. And the show was pretty much quality, but it felt like they didn't convince me that, like, the clickers could end humanity. Like, they talk about, like, oh, it was in the flower, and whoa. No, that's not the noise. That the the cordyceps were in the flower, and blah blah blah. Like, it spread to everybody, and all the scientists are like, oh, we're really can't do it because it's mold. And fungus is like invincible, and it's like, I don't think fungus is that invincible. I think I might have talked about this already in one of these, so I'll just be quick. I just don't think that they showed enough infected to be like the world was defeated by this. In the game there's like so much more of them, even though I think, god damn it, everything. I keep falling. Even though the game, like, you do, why can't I move? This is getting very annoying. Even though the game you do, I think, fight more people than you do infected, to show, like, oh, people is the real monsters is the people. Because that always has to be. I mean, I understand it, but it's every zombie thing is the people is the real monsters. Which, after COVID, maybe that's true. But, it's just, I don't know, it's just a trope that's, like, played out. So in the TV show, the people is the real monsters. There's only like 2 or 3 episodes that have the infected in it at all, really, or and it's never like that many. It's like 1 or 2, except for like an episode or 2 episodes where like it's more than that. There's a bloater in there for no reason, and they don't explain it at all. It's just like there's a really big one, and it's stronger for some reason. It's like, well, why would the like in the game there's like a process. Like you get infected, you turn into a runner, like the ones that run at people and bite them. You turn into one of those. Then the cordyceps burst out of your skull, and you become a clicker. So then you can't really see anymore, but you can hear really well, and it's like a further mutation or a further like stage of the fungus. And then you become a bloater. And that is like you're covered in the stuff. And they don't really say that they're stronger in the game. It's just that they have like so much of the cordyceps all over them, and they weaponize it. Like they throw it at you, it creates spores, makes you sick. And then you kind of, after that, like you become stationary. You kind of just become, like you kind of stop where you are when you run out of energy as a bloater, and then you just turn into like wall fungus person. And you're kind of stuck and just create spores. But in the show, they don't like say that stuff. They don't tell you like why, like what's horrible about it. Like I get that that's not the point, but I don't know. It's like missing out like some of why this stuff was threatening in the game. So it's hard to believe that like society is ended, Is the Bill and Frank episode. Bill and Frank it's very different from like what was going on in the game. In the game, it's like, oh, they hate each other, and like they've had enough of their shit, and it's kind of sad because like, one of them leaves the other one and kind of fucks him over, and then it's just sad how people can get pushed away from like, you can love somebody, push them away, and it can be a mess kind of thing. In the show, it's just like, no, it was all really good. Like, it was really wholesome, magical, relationship between these two guys, and everything went well until one of them got sick, and then they romantically died. It's just going for a different thing than what the game is going for, and it's fine. Like the writing and everything was good. It's a little more like unrealistic that everything is so well or goes so well, I think, but it's fine. Like it's not, it's good for what it is. And it seemed to touch a lot of people and hit home for a lot of people, and a lot of people resonated with it. So that's an overall good thing. But it's just going for something different. All right, I can do this, and I don't have to click the button. Amazing. It was fine. And then there's the ending, of course, where they try to like fix Joel's decision. They wanted it to be like morally gray, but it's just not. No matter what they do, it's just not morally gray. Like saving Ellie was the good choice. I'm not sure murdering the doctor was the good choice, but maybe it was. If the doctor has like, I'm gonna spoil The Last of Us. So the end of the show, Ellie is immune, and somehow these amazing doctors decide that we have an immune person. So what we should do is we should kill them in an operation and scoop out their brain and make the cure from what we scoop out. And I just, like I work in healthcare, but I'm not a doctor, but I'm fairly certain that if you have a plague, a fungus, anything, a zombie disease, the T virus, if that's going on and someone shows up to your hospital and they're just straight up fucking immune to whatever the thing is, like, you don't chop up their brain. Like, you don't kill them. You know? Like, you want to study them, you want to, like, test them, do some tests, maybe take a little blood, maybe take a sample of brain. You know? You could take people's brain out, like, little parts of it, and not destroy who they are as a person. It's been done. Like, you know, maybe you do that. Maybe you don't murder the only, like, immune person. You know, in the game, it was like, oh, we can make a vaccine, and it's like, that's not how mushrooms work. In this, it's like Ellie has, like, receptors that, you know, they think she's infected when she has none of the bad parts of being infected. It's like, all right, you tried to change it, but this is still a bad idea to kill this girl. Because you don't get another one. Like, you know, like, yeah. Like, you can't, like, I don't know. I just feel like in any kind of science, they'd just be like, I'm saying like a lot, and it's really annoying me. It's hard to talk and play video games, especially alone. I just feel that, you know, you've got the cure. You don't want to fucking murder it. Or you have, you know, you have somebody who's not be affected by this thing. You probably don't want to wipe them off the face of the map. Even if you're pursuing a cure, because what if it doesn't? Now, I know this is not the point. I know that this is like a writing thing, and you want it to be a 50-50, like, you want the people who interact with it to have this 50-50, like, response in order to, so that they, you know, connect with it and they have discussions and blah, 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 and your thing becomes really popular. Like, I get it. I totally get it. But I don't know. To me, to anybody with a brain, like, it wasn't hit, you know, like, you didn't nail it. And that's not to say The Last of Us is a bad game or poorly written. It is a very good game, well written. It's just this last part, the crux of the story, just doesn't do it for me. That's all I'm saying. And, like, they tried to fix it, and again, I feel like it just didn't do it for me. But, you know, again, that doesn't make it a bad show. It's a very good video game adaptation. It is not the best. That's Arcane. Where Arcane is just better than the source material. I haven't seen the Mario movie yet, which is, I guess, another thing I could talk about. I want to see the Mario movie, but my niece is not interested in seeing it. And I thought I could use her as an excuse to go and see the Mario movie. But now I can't. So I haven't seen it yet. You know, I was thinking of just, like, going by myself and going to see it. But it's so expensive, and I have no money. So I guess I'll just wait until later. But I am interested in seeing it and talk about that. I'm not a big fan of Super Mario. I enjoy the games for the most part, but they also, like, really annoy me. I don't know why I enjoy the games. Right now I'm playing Mario 3D World on the Switch. And I'm on, like, the last, like, secret, like, get all the stars level. And it's annoying the crap out of me because you have to do these little... You have to solve these little puzzles, but you only have, like, 10 seconds to solve each one. So you gotta be in... You arrive in the room, you gotta assess the situation, figure out what the puzzle wants you to do, and you've got to perform it. And, you know, it's a platformer, so it's not like a slide puzzle or something like that, or you know, push all the buttons in the correct order or anything like that. It's like a different thing that requires platforming. Did you hear that weird rumbling noise? Did I? Is that the thing? I could see the end of the skybox. False alarm. Jenny put the washer on spin. Is that what it was? Is that the noise I was hearing? Was it happening in my house or was it happening in the game? I gotta... Well, I guess when I... No, when I listen back, because the microphone might have picked it up. I won't be able to tell. Anyway, I'm doing... The last level of this Mario game is really annoying. Is what I'm trying to say. Oh, I fell. Damn. Can I get back up? No. Why? But yeah, Mario 3D World for Switch is amazing, and Wii U as well is an amazing game. It's just there's certain parts of Mario games that just drive me nuts, like the skiddy. How did I get up here the first time? Okay, nope. Okay, why am I moving so slow? Does it slow me down because I'm on like a slope? Is that what it is? It doesn't want me to like go flying off. Is this power wash simulating me being afraid to fall off a roof? It seems to be what it is. All right, that's not anywhere near clean, but we're gonna move on. So yeah, haven't seen the Mario movie. I hear it's good. I want to see it. Mario game is good. What else have I been doing? I played Advance Wars, Boot Camp. That game, I haven't gotten far because the first few levels are tutorials, and they tutorialize like stuff that's so it doesn't need to be tutorialized, and you can't skip it. That it just kind of like ruined my I don't know, ruined my my fun. Not completely. I'm still gonna probably play the game now and again, like when I'm bored, but it's just such a slog at the beginning, you know? Also, that game ranks you on speed, power, and technique. So speed is like how many units. By the way, Advance Wars is a strategy game that's like little army people, and you know, it's strategy. So you're trying to like take the enemy HQ or defeat all their forces, and you get ranked. So you want to do it on like a certain amount of turns or whatever, and it's a fun game. The only thing that I have to say is like I don't like strategy games that rank you on your timing, because I feel like the fun of strategy games is beating them, like different people having different strategies for the same level and beating them. And when you rank somebody on their speed in a strategy game, that means that there's really only one strategy for that level, right? Because you've got to beat it in a certain amount of moves, so you have to just charge ahead and you know, do that. And what that means is that the level is like solvable. Even with RNG, like in games like this, there can be just the best strategy for the level, like even with the RNG, and then that's the strategy that you have to do to get an S rank. Because you're rated on speed, and I think that's not fun because, you know, it's a strategy game. Like, it should be getting people to use different strategies to beat it and have fun, but if they're forced to find like the best one, and the best one is just this one, it's lame. You know, like you can't lure enemies into... I mean, you can still, like, lure enemies into traps and stuff like that, but generally in these kinds of games, like XCOM 2 and, I don't know, other games like it, I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Gears, Tactics, and all that stuff. Final Fantasy Tactics, blah, blah, blah. If you're rated on speed, like, it eliminates a lot of moments to like be defensive, Like you have to be off. It forces you to be offensive. You can't be defensive. That's basically what it does, and I don't like that because a lot of the best like strategies in real life were defensive strategies. It's like, okay, so like we can't beat them with our numbers. We can't charge at them. We'll make them come to us. We'll lure them into this box canyon. Blah 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 blah. You know, we'll get the proper terrain and win. Wow. It's really giving me a lot to work with here. Can I change that? Options. General. Controller. Nope. I mean, it's not a crime. It's just I felt like I wasn't done cleaning the roof, and it's just like, yeah, you're done. Fuck off. I want to do this right, okay? It's not... Don't give it to me, game. Don't give it to me like that. I'll earn my power wash money. My fake power wash fake money. Okay? Don't patronize me. Alright, so what was I talking about? I don't even know. My job. I'm getting so sick of working at my job. And I'm doing a very poor job at, like, working on getting a better job. I wanted to study to get, like, a better... basically to get not a degree, but a license to do something different and maybe work from home and improve my life. But I'm having so much trouble like just concentrating and doing that. Even now, like I probably should be doing that instead of doing this. But I don't know. I just can't find it in me to focus at the moment on that kind of stuff. I might actually. I keep thinking I might have ADHD. Like, I'm not sure, but, like, I keep hearing people talk about it. Markiplier had a video where he spoke about having ADHD. I listened to a therapist talk about it. I'm reading a book about, it's called Keeping House While Drowning, where a woman is talking about, like, how to... Or a therapist is talking about how to live and function with like ADHD, depression, stuff that stops you from... I keep getting so slow around the edge of this house. This must be a thing that they added. This has got to be a thing that they added so that you don't fall off. Because I don't remember doing this the first time. And she's just talking about like functioning with these I don't know if disorder is the right word, but like with these kinds of things like ADHD and depression, stuff that like kind of saps your energy and makes it hard to do like these simple tasks. And she describes some ADHD stuff, and I was like, fuck. Like every time I hear about it, I'm like, maybe. So I'm thinking of getting like evaluated, but I'm a little weirded out about that because it's like, I feel like the doctors have an incentive to be like, yeah, you've got it. That'll be however much money. And can I get you some drugs? I mean, I don't know if that's actually how it is, but like, I just... Like, do they ever turn somebody away and be like, nah, you're fine? You know? I don't know. So I'm thinking about getting evaluated for that. Let's see, what else? Oh, I played Dredge, which is a lovely little indie game. It's a horror game, unlike that which I've ever seen before. Like, you're in like a little boat and you fish, and there's weird psychological horrors that happen while you're like out fishing. Basically, the town that you're fishing around is inhabited by the old gods, and you're like piecing together like what's going on. I was having a great time, and then I thought I should actually like do a Karn plays of it, because it's such a little like fun game. But then again, you know, of course, like life got in the way, and I didn't finish the game, and I didn't do a Karn plays of it. So I don't know if I'm still gonna do it. I feel like these things, you kind of have to jump on them if you want people to actually watch. And, you know, life is like moving ahead so much now. I don't know. That's another thing. Like I want to improve the quality of like what I'm doing here, and I think I want to devote some time to like learning how to make YouTube better. Like my thumbnails, like I put them together as fast as I can, and they're not like what people would describe as being good thumbnails at all. Like I don't think they're always great. Like sometimes I'm happy with what I've done, just because I don't really know how to make them. I don't draw digitally that much, and I just kind of throw them together really quick. But I would like really to have like interesting, cool thumbnails for my videos, and have them be like fun little inside jokes for me and stuff like that. Wow, how do I get there? How do I do this? Is what I'd like to know. Oh my god, I can run. Jeez. I didn't know that. Let's get my extendo thing. I don't have this. Hold on. I need to visit the store. How do I visit the store? E? Clothing? No, that doesn't matter. Shop. Equipment. Turbo. Short extension, long extension. Let's get that. Did I just have enough to? No. No, I'm nowhere near it. Okay, equipment. I think the long one is good, right? Fuck it, get it. What else we got? Equipment, cleaning liquids. Should I get one of these? Should I? I have a bunch in stock. Clothing. Let's get cool gloves. Oh, I do have cool gloves. I have a cool outfit too. How do I... Wait. These are stupid looking. How do I... career mode specials. How do I do it? How do I clothing? This. Yes. Yes. Current equipment. The long one. Nozzle. The turbo nozzle. Cool. Now what? Let's save that. No, let's do it. I think I need the added power of perhaps this. I can't run with this. Oh yeah, that helped. That's way better. Oh. I didn't think you'd be able to put that there for a second. And this. So yeah, so I want to learn how to do YouTube better and spend some time just learning how to make like you know, better thumbnails, and maybe learning how to I don't know, just keep talking without saying and like and all that stuff. So I'd like to put some time and effort into that. Not sure if I'm actually getting the house roof. Oh, the house roof looks like it's clean. Is this working? It's weird that this is working. I feel like this shouldn't be working. Okay. Concentrating on this game. Yeah, this is definitely not alien shit. This is definitely kids wrote weird shit on your house. So yeah, I want to learn to be better at YouTube. Maybe do, how do I say? What is that called? Like, take one of those online course things about creating YouTube videos and streaming and stuff like that. I'd like to try streaming too, but I don't want to, like, I like being Carnarvon. I don't want to be me. I don't want my face on camera talking. It just feels weird. Maybe I'm camera shy, but that's not something I ever want to do. But I being a VTuber seems like it'd be cool. I wish I could make Carnarvon into a like a VTuber model. That'd be sweet. But it seems like that I was not done. Damn, it's giving me way too much. Very upset. Power wash cheating simulator. Power wash not finishing the job simulator. When you experiment over here, the recreational grounds. Alright, whatever. I'm a little pissed off. I'm a little pissed off that they assume that I'm lazy. And they're just like, yeah, here. It's not fair. And then how come it's not giving me this side now? Huh? Wasn't I done here? How come this is like, nah, you can't have it? There it is. Whatever. Patronizing me. Careful if you go around the balcony. Wait, what? Where's the fucking thing? Messages. Bye-bye. Careful how you go around the volcano. We went down there to enjoy a smoky sunset, and Jenny saw a UFO pop out of the top and disappear before you said, look, a UFO. Really? What's happening in this game? Get this top here. So yeah, I think there's a saying, I forget who said this, but there's a quote that like you can spend 5 hours. I'm gonna say this wrong. I'm gonna butcher this saying, but it's basically like you can spend, 5 hours chopping a tree down with a dull axe, or you can spend 1 hour sharpening the axe and 1 hour cutting down the tree. You know what I mean? And I think I'd like to sharpen the axe. I think I'd like to learn how to do this better. I think I'd like to get a better job or put some time into learning how to do a better job and get a better job and have more time for myself. But it's just, putting the time aside and the effort into sharpening the axe is rough for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe I'm just in a weird place right now in life, or maybe I have like this thing going on in my brain that wasn't aware of, but I would like to address these problems. Let's see, what else? Street Fighter 6 is almost out. I'm looking forward to that. The demo is sitting on my PS5, waiting to be tried. But I just haven't gotten to it. And that might be a video that comes out this weekend. Because I really do want to take a look at Street Fighter 6. Yeah. I got into the Street Fighter series with 4. And have enjoyed like Marvel vs. Capcom games and stuff like that. I really like Capcom fighting games. I'm not good at any of them. With Street Fighter 6, I really wanted to put in the effort into getting good. You can check out some of my Street Fighter 5, like me trying to get good in that videos. But again, like I just didn't have the time to put the effort into it to really, really learn how to play that game. There was I mentioned in one of my previous Con Talks, there was like a YouTube video I found where finally like the guy who was teaching people how to play, and he finally made like Street Fighter, how do you say? He finally made Street Fighter fundamentals clear to me, like how they work, in a way that had never been done for me before. So that was like amazing. I wish I could remember the name of his videos or of that YouTuber, but it was really just this is wood too? Yeah, it is. But like that like helped a lot. Like I could see multi-purpose. This is wood. Like I could see a big difference in like what I was doing before and after watching that. So that was really something special. I'd like to do that with Street Fighter 6. Like really try to at least get to a point where I'm like, okay, I get this, you know? And I think it's possible. I'm going to try when that game comes out. So that's it. There's also Resident Evil 4 Remake, which I played extensively. I platinumed the game. And I would like to talk about that more, but I think this is getting to be too long for one video. And I think Resident Evil 4 Remake requires a lengthy discussion or a lengthy me talking to nobody. So I'm going to stop here. I know the house isn't finished, but we'll come back another time and we'll talk probably about something else. I don't think we'll talk about Resident Evil 4. I'll probably make a video about Resident Evil 4 separately. Yeah. Alright, so thank you for listening to me talk about my weird life and my very unhappy not being able to do YouTube correctly situation. I appreciate it as always. I know this video is not going to be like super amazing. It's me coming back after a while and feeling unhappy about like the quality of the stuff I'm doing. But you know, it's a step on like trying to improve and do better. So, you know, thanks for chilling with me while I make it. I really do appreciate it. And I'm gonna probably do the Final Fantasy part of this again, and talk about that. I had a lot of fun doing that, and the fact that it turned out so bad just really broke my heart. Like, so I'm gonna get over it, and I'm gonna do that again. So yeah, looking forward to that. Thanks again, everybody, and take care, and peace. Bye-bye.